Good morning, friends. It's Friday. So exciting. Although sometimes the weekends are a little more hectic than the week. So if you are just expecting your makeup or you just got your makeup, I want to be able to walk you through what to do and how to get set up. And it's a really common question. So you're not alone, but what you'll be able to do is reference back. So most of you started with this double-decker design, and this is the double-sided, and it'll hold all your tins. So once you open up all your goodies, get your compact out, and then your tins will come with these pretty little lids on it. And although they're the prettiest, we actually have to take them out and put them aside. So what you'll do is go back to the email that I sent you and your custom face map that I made you, and you can start getting yourself oriented to the names of the colors. But what I'm going to talk about here is just your main highlight color, which is your overall skin tone color. We'll talk about the contour. We'll talk about the brightener that you put right in the center of your face to brighten up your face. And then we'll talk about lip and cheek. So no matter what your color, you'll be able to follow along. So you can push it right out. Sometimes if it sticks, you might need to get one of those kitchen rubber jar opener things, pop it right out. And sometimes the makeup will have got caught on the tin. Don't worry about it because you're going to start using it anyway. So you'll just take it out. If there's any in here, just wipe it out with your finger, and then you can scrape it right in the side. It's really movable, so don't be alarmed if it gets stuck in the lid. It's not ruined at all. And so you just snap it right in there. So what I like to do is start off with the main highlight first. Then the way that I taught you, if we had a lesson, oh dear, was not to let all that fall on the floor. It's the main highlight, and then the contour is going to be the darker one. So I like to put that in next. And then if you got a brightener to brighten up the center of your face, it's going to be the lighter of the two shades. So you'll get two skin tone color shades, but you'll have one if you went with the brightener, and not everybody does go with the brightener, but if you got the brightener, it's a lighter shade. So just pop that in next, okay? And this will help you with the order of operations, if you will, okay? Now, if you got an under eye corrector or something like a pre-step, you can put that in there too. A lot of you went with Frenchie for an under eye color corrector. I like to just pop that in first because that's the first thing that I start with. So if you did that, just slide these over and put that there too. And then grab your lip and cheek, which mine just fell on the ground. Awesome. And you're going to put your lip and cheek in there. Okay. And this is Ever Red. This is a Christmas special color, which is really, really pretty. I'm going to use it today. So put your lip and cheek in there. And then if you grab the Illuminator, I put that in there too. So if you got the quad and you need to put the Illuminator on the bottom, or you need to just hold on to the Illuminator and have it out as a single tin, you can do that too. But this is sort of the order of operations. If we have had a lesson, this is how I do it. So I do your main highlight, contour, brightener highlight, lip and cheek, and then I'll usually put the Illuminator down there. Okay, so those are really the most common things that if you're getting your makeup really soon or you just got it, these are the most common ways to put it together. And then for the double-decker gals, you can put your Vanilla Dust setting powder in the bottom. You can put some of the eyeshadows in the bottom. I'm just going to pull some out today that I can show you. And so it's really good to keep the eyeshadows separate from your cream because you don't want the dust of the powder to get stuck in the cream. Does that make sense? Okay, so there you go. There's your compact. So most of you got the B square brush, the awesome blending. I showed you how to use this for your blush to blend that in. A lot of you got the Detail Hack Brush, which is really good for contour, pressing that contour up into your cheekbone, like the push-up bra for your cheeks, which many of us laughed about. It's really good for getting in small spaces, color correcting around the eyes really gently. You can even use it to detail your nose, kind of add a little contour under your lip. You can take that end and tap it against your forehead. And if you need a cheat sheet for how these work and I didn't send it to you, DM me because I have a really good little graphic that can help with that. Okay, a couple of you got the Buffy Brush, which is for a little heavier coverage. And this you can do your main highlight with, all here. You can take the edge of it and run it in the contour. Put your contour on just like that. And then you can use the smaller of the two ends for in your eye also. So Buffy is really great. I love Buffy for this time of year. I love using this brush for the winter. I usually stay away from it from the summer because I just want a lighter coverage and I'm sweating a lot. But the Stay Spray helps me get through that whole summer thing. So this is a really great one for the winter time. So think about this if you're looking for a next brush. Okay, so those are mainly the brushes that you got, and a lot of you got the eyeshadow everything brush. Okay, so now what you can do is use that email that I sent you and your custom face map, and if you need to make a little cheat sheet for yourself, take the custom face map and either print it out or use the hard copy that you had and keep it in the bathroom. Okay, hopefully you guys got a little face map when you ordered, like a small size, so you can keep that cardstock copy in your compact. And if you're looking for even more help and you've got access to a Post-it note, grab a Post-it note. Oh yeah, if you've got this one, keep it nearby. That'll help you. You can even number it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Grab a Post-it note and grid out the way that your compact looks, okay? So just grid it out, put the names, make symbols for yourself. I use the heart symbol for the Brightener. That helps me remember where it goes. The contour, you can just like say jaw, cheekbones, forehead, and then that's a great way to remember what the colors are for that are in your compact, okay? So if you have any questions, send me a note. I'm happy to help. So let's get started and we'll walk through. What I'm going to use today is, I'll use the Buffy brush today. And actually those are my colors. So I need to go into my own compact. So I'll use the Buffy brush. I'll use the main highlight, the one that is maybe a little darker, just lightly all over. Make sure I get that in the corners of my nose. And I'm kind of just like stippling and pressing all over. And remember, this will warm up. So if the color is looking like a little bright, don't worry, trust the system. Remember how great you looked when we were at the end of your makeover. Because honestly, for me too, it takes like 10 minutes. This like looks so much better after it warms up on your face. I have a little redness. That monsters it from a couple weeks ago. Okay, so give it time. Don't judge based on the immediate application because it needs to warm up. Okay, so main highlight all over, okay? So if you got the Buffy brush, I'll show you how you use the contour with the edge of it. Just literally in the dark side, in your contour, just drag it through the edge. Remember, you're gonna start high and put the contour under your cheekbone. And I'm gonna see if I can grab a darker highlight so you can see, a darker contour so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so start here and you're pressing that into your cheekbone. Your cheekbone's the landmark for where you're pressing, okay? And then you're gonna stop right where your eyeball, your pupil would drop down. Make sure you don't take the contour down to your smile line. You just want to keep it right. And if you go too far, just erase it. Okay. All right, other side. And if you didn't get the Buffy brush, don't worry. Use the Detail Hack brush. If you really want to feel where the contour goes, try it with your finger, because you'll really be able to feel your cheekbone right there. Okay. And then I'll just take the bigger side of the Buffy brush and go along my forehead, up into my hairline. Yep, just like that. And then whatever's left over, I go under my jaw. So again, I'm pressing it under my jawbone, okay? Yeah, and then around. Yep, perfect. And then seriously, whatever's left over, I sort of do a little lip plumper. Okay, so main contour, done. I will use the Detail Hack brush to do my nose. So swipe that in the small end, and I will start where my eyebrow and my nose come together, and I will bring that contour more on the top of my nose and keep the lines close to each other. Can you guys, you can see that? Okay. And then I'm just gonna erase. That got a little too close. Okay, now it's time to go in with the brightener. I'll use the small end of the Buffy, or you could use the small end of your Detail Hack. Let's do that. I'm gonna wipe it clean because I just had the contour on it. And I'll go into the brightener color with the small end. And I'm gonna put that under my eye. So I'm gonna do this pie shape right here under my eye. I kind of start here and fan it down. Get real close to my under eye and cover this whole area. I'll even color correct my eyes. Look at that. That looks awesome. Yay. Okay, so again, small brush. You can do this with the Buffy brush. It works really well too with the small end of the Buffy brush if you got that. But I kind of stamp here and then fan it out and get right up under my eye. Yep, and then do this triangle shape. And then I'll go back in. This is with the brightener. This is like the light bulb for the center of my face, and go right down the center of my face. Yay. All right, so there we go. So now it's time to blend. This is when you get the B² brush, the big fluffy one, and I'm going to like lightly, like I'm not even really touching it. Can you see that? I'm not pressing it. I'm just really lightly gonna blend out the contour. Yep, and forehead, contour on the nose. So it's really meant to soften the contour lines so you can't see that stripe, and it'll blend together. So it's already starting to warm up. Now when I say it's starting to warm up, I can't feel it. Please know that. I can't feel it warming up. I can just see it softening. The color's kind of softening on my skin and blending in really nicely to my skin tone. That's what I mean when I say it'll warm up on your skin. Yeah. Oh my gosh, so much better. So much better. Now it's time for the blush. So if you've got your little compact that you've made, we're gonna dive into the blush. This blush is a Christmas special. It's coming out next week. It's called Ever Red. It's really pretty. And I want you to see how I do the blush. I just find the apples of my cheek, tap, 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 and then diminish it up my cheekbone. And then I always put the extra on my lips. Yeah, because it's a lip and cheek. Okay, so that looks pretty amazing. And you take the B² brush And the smaller end is what I like to use for this. And so I just flick it up my cheekbone. I want to keep it right on the bone, above the contour line. I want to make sure that I can still have that brightener there and keep that space under my eye bright. And if you think it went too far, the blush went too far, just grab a little bit more of your brightener and make sure your under eye is bright. Okay, isn't that fun? It's so movable. It's like, don't be afraid of it because you can totally move it around. But I just take that small end of the B-squared brush, flick it up my cheekbone, up the contour, diminish it into my hairline, and it will soften. And then I just take the big end and kind of soften it even more. But again, if you think it's like way too much, don't worry. Go grab a little bit more highlight and kind of erase that line. Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to take that right down the center of the bridge of my nose again too. Awesome. All right. So we did our highlight. We did the contour. We did the brightener. We just did the blush. And so next we'll do Illuminator. So Illuminator I usually always do with my finger. And I always take my ring finger. It's the most gentle finger. And put it on my cheek. And this is like the profile. So this is going to catch the light if you turn to the side. Sometimes you won't really see it when you're putting it on directly in the mirror. But girls, all you have to do is turn to the side and you'll be able to see that it's there. And so I'll put it on with my finger and then I'll take the B-square brush and soften it if I need to. Okay? So again, on the top of the cheekbone, little on the top of the brow bone. You can even use it in the arch of your brow. You can even use it as an inner eye. We like to keep the inner eye bright and awake and open, so you can put your illuminator there too. You can put a little bit on the tip of your nose, a little on your Cupid's bow, and then the cream illuminators are really fun in the center of your lip. I like that a lot. Okay, so that is like the basis of how to put your compact together. So your main brightener, your main highlight, your main skin tone, it's usually the little darker one that you get. The contour is going to be the darkest, and then the brightener is going to be a shade lighter than your skin tone, then your blush, and then your illuminator. And so this is the cream illuminator. If you got a powder illuminator, stick it on the bottom because we want to keep the powders separate than the cream. So this right here could be your powder illuminator. This happens to be the Vanilla Dust setting powder, and then some eyeshadows. So if you got the setting powder, you can use your B-squared brush again. Can you all see why I always recommend the brush cleaner? The brush cleaner is so easy, it comes out next week. So you can take that brush. Sometimes I'll pinch it like that to get it in the tin, and then I'll just set it like this. Just kind of press it all over. Okay, but my favorite thing to do with the Vanilla Dust is to get the Power Powder brush, and I like this end of it. They're both great ends. They're both angled, they're both dense, but can you see how that is so angled? It fits right in here, and then I take that right into my T-zone little oily spots that I want set for the rest of the day and have some extra staying power, and I just press that extra press right into those areas. So it's not like firm or anything, doesn't hurt, but it just really presses the makeup right in there. And like this spot, yeah, always right there. So that's how you can use the Vanilla Dust too. So eyeshadows, we can do eyeshadows, an eye lesson in a different time, but basically I hope this helps to get you all set up with how you get your new makeup put in your compact. And one more time again, I always start with the main highlight, which is your main skin tone color. It's usually the little darker one. Then I'll put the contour next, which is usually the darkest, the brown. Then the brightener. Then the blush. and then the Illuminator. Now, don't worry, you can do it anyway. But when I was working through lessons with girls this month, this is the system and the method of operations that I was using. So I want to be consistent. Ask me any questions. I hope that you are enjoying your makeup. I can't wait to see pictures, and let me know how I can help. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Yay!